because now you're going to just see the market at a different angle. You ain't got to look at charts all day, every day. But I just gave you some structure on how you now can look at the computer and say, oh, I see the roller coaster. I see the ceiling. I see the floor. I see where they selling. I see where they buying. I saw the buyers one. I saw the sellers one. That's going to help you set strike prices. That's going to help you maneuver through the game. Listen, this game is for you. Easy to understand, easy to execute. I'm walking you through the process. All right, man, listen. You done knocked out the fundamentals. You're like the value investing part, you're going to kill that. Now I want to take you to another level. Now I want to take you to a certified Wall Street trapper. Now I want to make the market print money for you at a pace you ain't never seen before. And that's in the options market, right? So what I do is I play two ways. I play the buy and hold, that's my for sure money. And the options money is the money I got to go hunt out of the market. Now, a lot of people heard a lot of horror stories about the options market. And what I want to do right here in this quick video is just give you some tools, because I know that's where you're going next. I know that's where you headed, right? You want to master the market. So what I want to do is give you a couple of sites that I like. So a lot of my beginners, a lot of my new people, and some of my older investors, they like the object and they like how Webull is set up. It is user friendly. Actually, the company just went public as well. And so this is a good site. The next one, the one that I personally use, is E-Trade. E-Trade is my baby. Like, it's easy to understand. Actually, my options masterclass is based on how E-Trade is set up. E-Trade is a phenomenal broker, right? And my whole setup is with E-Trade. So you're going to step into that options masterclass for sure. And this is how we're going to master the market. And the next one, I'm not a real fan of it, but it is easy to use. Now with Robinhood, you definitely gonna need some more tools, but it is easy to execute your plays with Robinhood. So these three are really good. Now, let me go a little further with this, right? Because you're gonna get into the options market, right? That's when you're gonna start printing your paycheck in a month. That's when you're gonna start printing your paycheck in a day. The options market is gonna allow you to just amplify and unlock your financial freedom. The options market truly gonna allow you to just like take your financial destiny in your own hands and not depend on nobody else. So some of the things we're gonna talk about right here is support and resistance, right? And so these gonna be important for you because think about being on a roller coaster. So a roller coaster may start off like this and it go down like this. No, so a roller coaster may, like, it'll do something like it'll go straight for a little while, right? And then it'll give you something small to get you prepared. It'll give you something small to get you prepared. It'll go, and then it'll give you something here, and then it'll come here, and it'll drive out, then it'll do something. You know what I'm saying? It'll do something. You know what I'm saying? Like that, right? Well, what you want to understand in the options market is every time the market hits this part right here, it goes back up. Same thing with this. Every time the market hits this, it goes back up. So if you start looking at a chart, I'm going to show you how to look at it. You want to put your chart. I like to use candles, right? So when you're looking at a chart, when you start looking at, like, where does it touch 2 times at? Because this is going to tell me every time the market touch these spots right here, it does something. So touch here, go up, come back down. Touch here, go up, went sideways, popped up, came down, drove a little bit, popped up. But every time it touched these spots, this is called support. Or you can say it found the floor. And this happens all throughout the market. All throughout the market, you'll see the market finding these on any stock. It'll find these support levels that it bounce off of. Now, that's important for you because that's what you're going to know. Like, you don't want to buy stocks when they're doing this. So, like, let's do it again. Say the market does this, does that, does this, does that, does that, does that. All right, so you don't want to be buying the market here. You don't want to be buying the market here. You don't want to be buying the market here. You don't want to be buying the market here. What you want to be doing is getting the market at these support levels. All right, see here, support levels, support levels, support levels, support levels. Well, Trap, I can't see that. I don't know how to do that. Well, what happens is you let the market do what's called structure. You let the market build the structure. And if we know the market is a forward-looking mechanism that it doesn't always repeat itself, so it rhymes. So it may not be identical. So let's say this $7 and this $9. Well, this is called a range. So let's say this is $20 and this one over here is, let's say this $7 and this $5. Let's say this $19 and then this is, $17. So it'll be a range, right? So but then last time it hit $7, it popped back up. It hit, okay, boom. So if it hit it again, bet it's going, right? And so now you found it in here, same thing here, same thing here, same thing here, same thing here. The market always, when you look at a chart from left to right, it's supposed to be doing this, right? That's a good chart. So this is a good chart because it's going up. It's creating higher highs, right? And it's also creating higher lows, right? That's what you want. Think about that. A good stock is a stock that is creating higher highs and higher lows. Come on. Once you add this to what I'm telling you in the options masterclass and with the Wall Street traffic course, now you got a great framework. So now we're looking for support. So one of the easiest ways for our traders to look at, like you can just, without even knowing all the candles, you can say, hey, what is the typical behavior of a stock when it's in support range? So once it finds support, what does it do? And so you can find 2 or 3 spots that connect. You say, hey, that's support. What it does when it hits this area, it usually pops back up. That's going to be really, really good for you. Now, let's talk about the other part of the roller coaster, which is resistance. So now you see every time the market, let's say the roller coaster is doing this, it pops, then it comes down, all right? Then it pops, then it comes down, pops, straight, comes down, pops, here, pops, here, pops, pops. Now, what are you saying here, Trap? Now I found resistance. What does that mean, Trap? That means every time the market hits this number, it falls down. Every time it hits this, it falls down. Hits this, falls down. What points on your chart you find, every chart does this. There's no stock that doesn't do this. So every time a stock finds a ceiling, or resistance point, if it can touch that point 2 or 3 times, it has now created a structure. And we just have to say, oh, okay, so every time a stock hits this point right here, it falls down. So every time it hits this number, so what we can do is, so in the options masterclass, we do 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12-month plays. So we can do is, let's say we're in an 8-month play. And the stock hit this point while we in a play and it comes down, we can say, hey, on this side, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna play a put. Why? Because I'm gonna make money on this going down. I'm in an 8-month play. So eventually it'll get here. But I've noticed every time it comes here, it'll go down. So now what you can do is, it pop that line again. You already know when it gets in that range, I'm gonna do what's called short. Ride it down, stay in my long position, let that come down. Let that, all right? So now we made money here and we cash out of that. Then we still in our short position. Oh, I found out once it hit this line here, ceiling, it goes down. So guess what I do then? I put a short position in. Why? I make money going down, right? And guess what we found here? Guess what we found here? We found what? Support. So now we do is we stay in our long position. We don't sell our long position. We keep it, and then we just play the short side of it. Right? And then once it comes back up a certain level, we get out of our short position. We made money on the short position, and we stayed in our long position. You feel me? And that's a dope way for us to play the game, right? And that's essentially how the options market is, yo. Somebody is buying and somebody's selling. And now one of the last things I want to show y'all before we get too far gone is I want to bring you just into this candlestick idea. All right, so you're going to have green candles on when you're looking at candles. And then you're going to have red candles. Now, here's what I want you to understand right here. All right, here's what I want you to understand. Every candle going to have these 4 things. It's going to have, so if you're looking at a red candle, because it's a bullish candle, that means it opened right here and closed right here. So that means whatever, so you're going to have a time frame, 5 minute, 10 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, right? So you're going to look at one of these time frames. So for us, I like to start at the weekly on a Sunday to look at what's going on. Then I go to the daily, then I go to the 4 hour, then I go to the 1 hour, and I like to confirm everything with the 30 minute, right? But that's a little deeper. But every candle, no matter what time frame you looking at, every candle represents a time. So if you're looking at the 1 hour time frame, every candle represents 1 hour. So you saying, what did this stock do in 1 hour, right? And so what you're going to look at in that 1 hour is, watch this. This is going to be good for you because this is going to take you to the option masterclass, right? This is, once you get this, you've done, right? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to say, all right, Trap, I got it. I know what's going on here. So you're going to say this. If it's a bear market, if it's a bearish candle, that's what we're going to call these. It opens here. Let's say it opened at $89, right? And then this is the close. The bottom of it, the top of the candle is where it opened. The bottom of the candle is closed. So last close says closed at $88, right? Now, these are called wicks. So this tells us in a 1 hour time frame, it's a red candle, so we know the price got pushed down. But this means this how low the price got. So it probably got down to $86. And that means in a 1 hour, it also probably got up to $90. But because it's red, that tells us that the bears got it all the way down to $88, but it got as low as $86. So the bears won this fight, right? And when you see a green candle, it's the opposite. The wick tells us that what? Now on a green candle, it opens right here, and this is where it closes at. So you see the difference? On a red candle, it opens at the top and pushes down. That's the close. On a green candle, it opens at the bottom and pushes up. Why you need to know that? Because you need to know what's happening in this time frame. So it opened at, let's say it opened at 89, but then it got all the way up to 92, right? But at the high, the sellers probably pushed it up to 94, but the bears probably pushed it down to 87. Well, because it's green, you already understand that the bulls go up. They won this fight. So now when you're looking at your candles, you can say, now you know who won the fight in every time frame. You know how high it went. You know how low it get. And so now watch this. You're going to add that to your roller coaster ride. And that's how you're going to start setting prices inside. Well, I hope y'all like that right there. Listen, once you take that fundamental Wall Street traffic course that you took and you add this to it, now you might as well go get the option masterclass. The option masterclass, and you look at this video, you throw that with the options masterclass, yo, you ready to print money, fam. You feel me? You ready to go all out. You ready, because now you're going to just see the market at a different angle. You ain't got to look at charts all day, every day. But I just gave you some structure on how you now can look at the computer and say, oh, I see the roller coaster. I see the ceiling. I see the floor. I see where they selling. I see where they buying. I saw the buyers one. I saw the sellers one. That's going to help you set strike prices. That's going to help you maneuver through the game. Listen, this game is for you. Easy to understand, easy to execute. I'm walking you through the process. Last year, we did $3 million by following these same rules, y'all. Nothing different. Following the same rules. I ain't sat in front charts all day. I didn't. I learned a little bit about it so I can understand it, so I can go about my business. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, man. Listen, take advantage of the option masterclass right now. It's going to change your life. It's going to change your financial future. And you cannot afford to let this opportunity pass you by. These are proven proven strategies. Imagine if this time in your life, you took control where you can be at. Put that together. It is essential for you. It's time for you to unlock that next level, man. And only you can do it. But guess what? I'm going to walk with you through it every step of the way, man. It's simple, easy to understand, and you don't got to do it by yourself. Click that link, get this option masterclass, and I'm going to see you in a trap, man. Salute.